Transmitting to you from Old Heart Radio. Our generation of media. Oh, there it is. Off the start. God It's not, I'm not seeing it. Oh,
there it is. Holy
there
cow.
it is. And that's why the Olsen twins defined our generation of media. Oh, there it is. Off the start.
God damn, man. I have no idea. This is like it feels like the technology is revolting against me at the moment, but we're going to record a podcast through it either way.
Either way.
Why? Because the hot dogs demand it.
Oop, gotta start the timer.
Well, this is episode 73 of Matinee Edition. You know, as
we're getting up there.
We're gonna get to 100 probably by the end. I would honestly say if we keep recording once a week, we'll get there pretty quick.
Oh yeah,
so
it's coming.
Maybe if I post some lost episodes, we might get there a little faster.
Maybe we should do like a clip show for the 100th episode. Matinee Edition's best moments.
That'd be wild.
We could do the Matinee Edition awards. The first ever. Oh, the Oscars was yesterday upon recording this. And did anybody fucking care?
I always forget that happens.
I only remembered because I was gonna say we should do an award show.
There'll be two awards. One will be for best co-host and the other one will be for best co-host, and we'll both give one to each other.
Fantastic. I was gonna say one of them needs to be called the Family Award.
Oh Jesus.
And
should we try and invite Dom Toretto on the podcast?
Yeah, totally. Thank you for getting here, Mr. Toretto. My name's actually Vin Diesel. Oh wait, his voice is like weirdly higher. Yeah, my name's Vin Diesel. Not that high.
No, went too far. Sorry.
So, on to what you're actually here for. Not our comedic banter.
Yes.
But the shit show and PR nightmare that was Avatar's new series.
Yeah. Okay. What's going on here?
So, whoever greenlit that press release from Nickelodeon was an absolute moron.
I completely missed this, so fill me in here, man.
So it wasn't a series at all. They were celebrating Earth Day with a series of videos about notable Earthbenders from the Avatar universe.
Oh wow!
So it was like the life of Toph and like that type of shit, like the whole like the timeline bullshit.
Oh okay.
And it was just those. And there were videos that they'd already made on that YouTube channel that they just reposted on Earth Day.
Oh,
I get the joke, but don't call it a series of original content if you're gonna be fucking rehashing old shit.
Yeah, that's whack. I mean, you kind of like set this like expectation pretty high with this like mysterious, announcement.
Yeah,
and you just drop.
Happy Earth Day. Honestly, I fucking forgot it was Earth Day. I didn't know it was coming up.
You know how a holiday's really been embraced by America is when companies across the board start promoting Earth Day.
Oh God!
Like
companies that are actively killing the world are saying Happy Birthday.
They're like, you watch a Coca-Cola commercial, somebody cracking open like a plastic bottle, like remember throwing it in recycling. Happy Earth Day.
Happy Earth Day, throws it into the ocean.
A fish immediately gets stuck in it, and it's so wacky.
The six pack, throws the entire thing into the sea.
Yeah, I'll say this. I feel like that they keep toying with everybody with in terms of Avatar, man. Like they know everybody's waiting for announcements on it. They know people want any bit of information about some projects, whatever.
Yeah.
And they just, it's like stuff like that just kind of like makes fans a little angry. It's like it
pisses me off.
It's poking the hornet's nest, and eventually all the hornets are gonna come flying out. And
Yeah, it's one of those things that like you can only burn people so many times.
Yeah, so
and I feel like this was definitely like a Nickelodeon thing, not like an Avatar Studios thing, because it reeks of corporate intervention. You know,
fair enough.
You can tell when like there's something like it's either like a big event, like a promotional event, and you can or like some kind of manufactured thing that's really just trying to drive hype.
Yeah.
Yet you can tell the actual people that created it aren't really on board. Example, like a lot of like the Disney Star Wars stuff. Like that photo shoot with George Lucas and Mickey Mouse dressed up as Luke Skywalker. George didn't look like he wanted to be there, yet they put it on everything.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it
hit the mic.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, it's I don't know. Like I said, it's weird when companies start doing that. Nickelodeon. I just finished watching this documentary called The Orange Years. It's on Hulu. And it's about how Nickelodeon got started.
Fascinating.
Yeah, it's actually really fucking cool.
Oh, if we do a Matinee Edition awards show, we need to slime people.
Oh, that'd be so great. That'd be so fucking great. But one of the things they talk about is that kind of up until like the SpongeBob point, I'd say with Nickelodeon, it was mostly focused on creating things and creating content and really like capturing the vibe that kids were kind of where they were at, and then it hit this point where it became like a known entity. It was no longer the underdog. It was no longer like the alternative network. It was just another network alongside.
But it got bought by Viacom.
And so it became this kind of like stale sort of like, how can we create characters that we can merchandise and like all that shit. And I don't know, and it changed it. Anyway, it's a really cool documentary too.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
Weren't you were talking about another documentary though? Off the top.
Actually, also something I've been watching on Hulu. Hulu, for some reason, has got some content for me this week.
Whatever we can get.
It's this 2-part documentary about Sasquatch, but
incredible.
About a particular Sasquatch story involving cannabis growers near like the Humboldt County area that get apparently dismembered by a Sasquatch. Like
what?
Like 3 or 4 people that could just get like pulled apart by a Sasquatch. And this guy,
why haven't I heard this?
I don't know. I was blown away that I had never heard it either. But this guy, who's the documentarian of the story, and he's like a known journalist who's done like really interesting like Gonzo style journalism and stuff like that in like the 90s and early 2000s.
Yeah.
He is like trying to follow this because it's his story. Like he tells you that he was at this cabin, and he was, these guys came busting in. They were friends with the guy they knew the guy that owned the cabin, and they were like crazy eyed, and they had this wild story. And then like he just drops it right off the bat, like Sasquatch killed these dudes. Like, and you're just like, and it just sounds so fucking unbelievable.
I guarantee that the crazy-eyed dude actually killed them.
Well, and that's, I'm like, there's got to be some sort of explanation for it.
There's the dude that, the dude that comes in saying, looking like he's fucking high. Oh, are you back?
I'm back.
Nope. Connection unstable.
Oh god.
It's Matinee Edition.
Oh god. Connection issues.
Oh.
It's okay. Can you hear me at least?
I can hear you now.
Oh.
We're back.
Oh, now my internet connection is unstable.
I turned off the Wi-Fi on my phone.
Yeah, same with mine.
We're back. I guarantee the dude that was like, they were killed by the Sasquatch.
Yeah.
He probably fucking killed them.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's interesting though, because it basically becomes like this journalist guy tracing that story. He tries to find like anybody that has a connection to it. He has trouble with it though, because it's all centered around like weed growers. And so like a lot of these people in the communities don't seem to want to like talk much about things.
They're a bit reclusive.
Yeah, but it's just really fucking interesting. And anyway, I've watched the first episode. I can't wait to finish it though.
So I have a question for you. Did you ever watch the Discovery or Animal Planet series Finding Bigfoot?
I don't think so.
I watched it in my tween years because I wanted to change the world, and I thought I was going to unearth the truth about cryptids when I was a child.
Oh, dude.
Back in those days. So that series is just dudes with like fucking. It's like Ghost Adventures essentially. They have like the POV cameras and shit, and they're so going through the forest, just going, oh, like into the night, trying to attract Bigfoot.
Yeah,
and there's something like 500 episodes of it.
Oh my god,
they never fucking found Bigfoot.
Oh my god, that's crazy. That yeah, I mean, some of the squatchers that they talk to are a little like wild, you know, like they say like random shit, like, you know, like they'll be like, you know, it'll come at you if it's in heat.
Dude, the Finding Bigfoot guys, it was like they got all the archetypal characters, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like there was the crazy Bigfoot guy. There was the dude that started like the Bigfoot investigation group. There was the
scientific approach.
Yeah. Then there was the dude with the scientific approach.
Yeah.
And there was the one woman who was very much like, I don't believe in Bigfoot, but I'm just along for the ride. And like that type of shit.
Oh man, I'll have to see if that's streaming anywhere because that'd be fucking awesome.
It's so funny to watch now because you can just tell it's all staged.
Yeah, I bet.
But they have hilarious, like shitty, low budget CGI recreations of all of the Bigfoot sightings.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'll send it to you if I can find it.
That being said, you know, if Sasquatch, if you're listening, I do believe. Okay, if you're there, come out.
We're both from Washington. We can.
There you go. We covered our bases. Sasquatch won't kill either one of us in the night now. We've paid our respects.
Definitely the people from Washington that believe in Sasquatch definitely pronounce Washington as Washington.
Have you seen those old like public health signs like wash your Handington or whatever?
Oh God, I've never seen that. That's terrible.
They're so cheesy. But okay, anyway.
You know what I would recommend Bigfoot to watch because it was a pretty good series?
What?
Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Ooh, I think Bigfoot would like that. Good call. Maybe I'll try texting Squatch about it after this. But
Squatchy,
dude,
Squatchy my dude.
Squatchy my dude. Dude, that sounds like just like a weird thing you say to like a particular homie. Hey, Squatchy my dude.
Dude with an obscene amount of body hair.
What? Are we talking about Wolverine?
Yeah, sure.
No,
not in Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Hard cut real quick. There have been I'm just going to throw this out there real quick. There have been pretty interesting rumors floating around for a number of weeks now that Disney Plus is in the development of a Logan series.
Excellent.
So, just throwing that out there. But let's talk about that finale, my friend.
Yes.
I immediately loved that fucking Captain America suit.
Oh, it looks so good, except for the cowl.
People are kind of beefing on the cowl, but it's comic accurate though.
It's very comic accurate, but it looks really good.
Yeah, and you know they've just been like MCU's been really fucking stepping it up with the costume game these recent.
Absolutely,
that was just like a delicious moment when he just like
primo.
Like you know, and it starts off like I was just wondering. I thought we were gonna maybe see that like later in the episode, but I thought it was a really awesome idea to try and just like boom, he's like embracing the role. He's Captain America throughout this episode. You know?
Yeah. I enjoyed that as well. I think I mentioned at the end of the last episode of Matinee Edition that they did the character work heavy lifting in the previous episode. So then I was expecting to go into the finale and get a really action set piece heavy episode, which is exactly what we got.
Yeah. There's very like little character development in this episode, really.
Yeah.
But the fucking like it was cool seeing just the culmination of it all, like the whole like helicopter sequence with Captain America was really dope. I kept thinking though, like that lady, like he's like, you know, he gets that one like random passenger lady on the phone. And he's like, you know, get ready to take the
wheel.
Controls. And then she takes, you know, I was just like, there's no fucking way like anybody would be prepared for that in that situation. Like,
no
holy shit, dude. But there's some pretty fancy helicopter work there either way. Like,
dude, the flip throw into pushing the guy straight out of the fucking helicopter was so cool. Sick. That was awesome. It was the action in the episode was great.
Yeah.
I really liked where it ended. It ended the series in a good place. It once again addressed the systemic issues that the series has been pointing itself at beyond like it overall, and sort of it played into the Killmonger-esque vibe that Black Panther had, where very much so the Flag Smashers were sort of right but misguided.
Yeah.
And you can see that, like, especially in the scene where Sam, by putting on the Captain America costume, also gets Steve Rogers' public speaking skills. He's
like, I've got a speech here.
that's not a dig. I genuinely thought that was well written.
Oh, it was a fantastic monologue, honestly.
Great monologue. Anthony Mackie sold it as well as Sam
really
Wilson.
Did, dude. I just want to say that, like, he is such a good Sam Wilson.
Yeah, he was great. But like it finished up the story in a way that I expected. If I have one small criticism, it's that I feel like the U.S. agent had a slightly unsatisfying ending. There could have been more, is what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, there, you know, like the whole idea that like he is Madam Hydra potentially is like putting him on standby.
Yeah,
is kind of interesting. And you know, there have been speculations that probably based on the popularity of the series, you know, there could be a season 2 of this type of show.
Yeah,
you know, and that could lead to more for screen time for all of them, but it also could be leading right into those rumors that you keep hoping happen, the Thunderbolt rumors, man.
So actually, Grace Randolph, who is a sort of like comic book movie YouTuber, she has been breaking stories for a while, and she's been one of the prominent like leakers. She has somebody inside of Marvel, and she's been right for a while as well. She said that her source was able to confirm that there's a Dark Avengers project and a Thunderbolts project in the works.
Interesting.
In early stages.
Yeah, so, for sure. I bet we'd see Thunderbolts before Dark Avengers.
Yeah.
But like Thunderbolts would be really hella interesting because they keep mentioning the Raft, man. Like,
yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? Like I feel like that's gonna be like a focal point for something coming up.
Oh, I love that Zemo's butler kills all the super soldiers.
Oh, dude, that was dope, actually. At first, I was like, who the fuck is that dude?
Same
and I was
here.
like, that's his butler.
He got him.
They made Zemo into you know, again, right into a Thunderbolts thing. They made Zemo into this likable villain, you know?
Yeah.
Anti-hero-ish, you know, in a way. And so
some could argue a Loki-esque figure.
Yeah. And so, you know, there's futures for all the people I think involved in this. And okay, we got to talk about Sharon Carter's big unveiling, you know, as the fucking power broker,
and who's now in the U.S. government after being pardoned.
They're re-embracing Sharon Carter because the Carter name has for so long been synonymous with trust and service.
Yeah, prepare to get fucked by Sharon.
Yeah, I just love that. They're like, she walks out of that hearing and then calls somebody and is like, "Get everybody on the horn. We're gonna have access to arms and like government plans and all this shit."
I was like, she couldn't have gone home before making that call.
I was like, she's like, what? Yeah, I was just like,
she's walking out of the Capitol building.
The balls on this lady over here. Like, kudos to her though, man. Like, I was like,
so I have a theory about where this is going though. I don't think we're going to see, because of the confirmation of Captain America 4 being in the works.
Ooh, yes.
Which, that's sweet. It's so early on, but I don't think we're going to see another season of Falcon and the Winter Soldier or Captain America and the Winter Soldier, as the title card on this episode said. I don't think we're going to get another season of this anytime soon. So I think Sharon Carter is going to play a prominent role in Armor Wars with Don Cheadle.
Ooh, I keep forgetting that's in the works. Yeah, that's
it sort of
call,
fits
man.
in.
I bet that yeah, I bet that there's a connection there.
How the fuck people going to get classified fucking Iron Man suits?
For real though.
Somebody's selling them. There you go.
Dude, it was a really like it was a satisfying ending to the series. And it's kind of cool, like near the end, they're having like I don't know, like a community like potluck or whatever.
Yeah.
And
very fast and furious.
Notice, for instance, like very fast and furious. Although I don't know if I saw anybody in like an undershirt or anything, but
in a white theater.
Somebody's drinking a Corona in the background, making eye contact with the camera. But like, but no, it was cool to see like this moment of like Bucky's character, kind of like he looked happier than you see him throughout the entirety of the series.
Yeah, he looked like a normal person with a medal.
Yeah, and so it was kind of this nice conclusion to that to his whole like issues with his Winter Soldier time and whatnot. But I definitely think.
Sorry.
I'm just interested to see how they continue his character potentially into the future.
Yeah, another thing that I wish we had a bit more of, and I feel like this finale would have been much better served if it gave us another 10 minutes.
Fair.
I feel like I want to see a bit more of Bucky's confrontation with the old man.
Yeah. I was interested to see how that played out and when they kind of cut away from it.
I feel like we got a good idea of it when Bucky walked by the restaurant and the old dude was there, and it's like. Yeah, he probably was pissed at him, but he had to tell him.
The old man survived, but and Bucky alleviated his soul a little bit,
Yeah, lighten the load. So I wish we could have just gotten maybe like another minute of that, maybe a bit more. But otherwise, I enjoyed it quite a bit. Before, so wait, you have anything else to say about Falcon and Winter Soldier?
I was just gonna say, my biggest question is going into the news with Captain America 4. What do you think is going to be done with that? There have been heavy rumors that Chris Evans is actually in talks to do some sort of more Captain America activity now.
So I saw something about Chris Evans reprising his role in something else than.
That's
Captain
what I was
America
wondering.
4.
I was wondering if the Captain America 4 would lean into Sam Wilson's story a little more, and if they might maybe do like a series featuring Chris Evans or something.
I would love to see Chris Evans in like Secret Invasion.
Oh fuck yeah, dude!
Be like
Speaking of which, Emilia Clarke.
Oh yeah, there was a lot of news about that.
Recently got cast in.
And Olivia Colman as well.
I didn't see that, but yeah, they're starting to build that out a little bit. It sounds like, but
yeah, I would love to see Chris Evans in that and have like a Skrull imposter Captain America.
That would be pretty dope, actually.
Yeah,
that'd be fucking killer. Anyway,
because that would be a great way of like setting up the threat, even if it's a brief cameo.
Yeah,
just
for real.
So, before we, sorry, go for it.
Oh no, I was just gonna say that's a really sharp idea, man. I think that'd be cool.
Before we move on to Mortal Kombat, I do want to talk one more thing about the MCU. One of the writers, or one of the not a writer, but like a high up producer, not Kevin Feige, but a producer at Marvel, was talking about the Netflix characters and how likely it would be to see them in the MCU. And they said essentially they're willing to use the same actors, but in the context that the Netflix film universe or show universe is like just a different universe. The characters have the same actors just because it's tangentially related. None of those stories happened, and it filled me with hope, Yeah,
because for sure,
even like those castings were on the money, and I just want to see, as I've said many times, I want to see him again. And seeing a producer from Marvel proper talking about it made me really excited about it.
Yeah, that's cool. I saw a quote from somebody else. It might even be the same guy you're talking about. I just can't remember names, but it was essentially somebody from Marvel basically saying like, you at this point you can't recast Wilson Fisk.
No,
you know what I mean?
No way. Yeah, and Daredevil.
And it's like I think that kind of follows in that train of thought. Like that was just sort of like a nod to that whole idea, where it's like that casting, everybody acknowledges that the casting for those shows was so spot on.
Yeah, it
was just like what a waste. You have to like try.
Yeah, you got to use them. You got to try and get them back on board.
Yeah.
So I wanna just we got to make a hard segue.
A hard cut.
hard cut. Like, get over here. Let's talk about Mortal Kombat.
Holy shit, dude! Mortal Kombat was okay. So, we talked about this. We joked about it when the trailer came out. You're not watching this movie for the dialogue or the writing.
No.
You're watching it for the fatalities and the action, and they fucking delivered. If you ask me,
they did.
Like it was,
especially in the third act. It fucking went for it.
Yeah. The second act was kind of lull, but
fluff. I can unequivocally say that the best part of this film was the dude who played Kano.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of like, whoever captured the screen the best, like definitely Kano's character was
100%.
Everybody else, including Sub-Zero and Scorpion, were just kind of like, it felt like they were all just sort of there. But he was wisecracking, and he had me laughing at every fucking scene. Like when he got his laser eye, and he goes like, "I got a laser, you fucking pussy," or whatever. And he like,
that's better than fire, you fucking pussy.
Yeah. He's like, it was just the timing of it too was just so perfect. I was like, that guy.
So what do you get? Is it like flames or like a spinny hat? He was so good,
dude. But like, there was definitely some like cheesy CGI moments for sure. But like they pulled off the fatalities and the brutality pretty damn well, if you ask me.
I wanna like you're familiar with the MonsterVerse, the Godzilla MonsterVerse. Mortal Kombat did not learn from the backlash to Godzilla 2014, because Godzilla 2014 starts you with Bryan Cranston, and you're fucking getting into it. Like the first 10 minutes of this film, I was so down with Scorpion. I was like, this is fucking interesting. Like, his Sub-Zero killed his family. It's explaining the grudge between these two characters.
Yeah.
I was like, let's just stick with Scorpion for the movie. But then, like Godzilla, it says, fuck the great actor that we apparently only were able to have on set for like 3 days. We're going to kill him. It literally... and send you to his like much more boring ancestor.
Yeah, well, they had to like, in a way. I mean, like, I don't know how familiar you are with Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, I'm relatively familiar.
But like, it's those two clans like have like this like it seems like this ongoing back and forth, and I think that's kind of what they established in this movie. The thing is, it was like, like to not have him. I don't know. It was strange to only have him appear again at the end, and like, because it was like this,
it felt like they really wanted a Scorpion Sub-Zero fight.
They really did, but instead of just like trying to focus on him maybe being involved a little more along the way, they just chose to like stick to the action sequences with him, which was kind of wasted.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, what's the name of the actor who played Scorpion? Because he's so fucking good. I've seen him in so much shit, and he's so good. I'm gonna look it up quickly.
Yeah, the cast along outside of, how do I say it? I liked everybody for their roles basically. Even though I didn't know most of the cast, they fit just fine, except for the lead guy. I don't know who the lead guy was, and I can't even remember the name of his character off the top of my head.
Cole something.
He was so fucking boring. Like, he was the most boring part of every scene in this movie. In this movie,
the dude who played Scorpion, his name is Hiroki Sanada, and he was in the Wolverine. He's been in a ton of shit. He was the dude that Hawkeye killed in the street in Endgame.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's been kind of like in the MCU. It seems.
Yeah, he's been in a lot of shit.
But anyway, like, there's, I don't know, like there's a lot of cool fight scenes, man. Like they did a really good job building like the idea of some of these characters, and like Outworld.
Yeah,
you saw more of it than I thought you would.
Yeah,
based on like the trailer, I didn't think you were gonna see like I thought you were gonna see a very limited set of characters, but they showed you more than I thought.
I didn't fucking realize Cabal was gonna be in this movie.
Yeah, that was insane to me. I was like, they included Cabal. Like, it's like the inclusion of those characters. I didn't like the version of Reptile they went with. I've always
because there was fuck all to do with him. Like, he was just he was a mini boss along the way.
And that was kind of like, I thought that was kind of like, it was sort of a waste of that character. but because he basically was just like a Komodo dragon standing up. And so I was like, okay, that's all right.
Fucking lame.
But you know, like, I don't know. It was clever. It was the idea that the like dragon marking like moves from one person to the next was kind of like, I was like that was kind of like a strange idea, and I was but like
it's definitely them trying to validate like it's a leap that they couldn't make from like movie to game or game to movie. I mean,
yeah,
where it's like audiences can only tolerate such coincidence, and like in a movie where you don't have, even in Mortal Kombat where the stories are wacky, not really meant to be taken very seriously, you still have like 10 hours of story.
Yeah. Well, that was weirdly like the thing that this movie, I don't know, like I think where it really screwed up was like the idea that it tried to, I don't know, it tried to tell this like weird origin story of the main character Cole.
Yeah.
But like you said earlier, like, you know, it started off with what seemingly would have been an origin story for Scorpion.
Yeah.
And so it was like,
and I get
cool.
They're tied together.
Yeah, but in like this very bullshit sort of storytelling way, and
in like a 400 years removed type storytelling way.
Yeah, and so it was sort of just, you know, that it was just kind of like this like fake out right off the bat, and that's so kind of like, I don't know, that didn't work. And then they tried to, you know, they kind of lightly built on other characters, and then at the end, you know, Raiden even says it. He's like, we've like assembled or whatever, and
we must like, find more champions.
Yeah, and it's like, Jesus, dude, like this is not your Justice League here, okay?
Like, I was actually about to make that comparison. It's hilarious that these are both like Warner Brothers films, so they're both on HBO.
Yeah,
but the comparison between this and Justice League is like extremely relevant.
Yeah,
but I think I actually will watch Mortal Kombat before watching the original cut of Snyder Cut.
Oh, for sure.
Or the original cut of the Justice League. I feel like it's because the Mortal Kombat movie knew exactly what it was, and it delivered on what fans actually wanted from that franchise.
It cleverly put in, even though kind of obvious at sometimes, it put in like dialogue from the game. You know, you heard like somebody say flawless victory. You know, you heard
Kung Lao. I got to see Kung Lao cut a dude in half.
Yeah,
and then Kung Lao died way too early. He's my favorite character in the game.
I was so sour about that. I love Kung Lao, but like I was like, what? They killed him off? What the fuck? But yeah, you got to see like, and the fatalities looked.
They look legit,
really similar to like the moves in the games that you performed,
specifically the Jax one.
Fucking cool.
The Jax one is outright. It's like ripped out of one of the recent games.
Yeah. It was yeah. Anyway, so I applaud them for like pulling that off and pulling it off in this way that was like it kept its energy throughout the entirety of the movie for the most part. There's like that little bit of lull.
Yeah.
And you know, for the most part, especially because of Kano's character.
He kept it fun.
You kind of have this fun, lighthearted aspect until like the dramatic fight, you know, at the end, the fight sequences at the end. So
I want to, before we wrap up, we're nearly at time. I want to give props to whoever I want to look up who composed the score, because the utilization of the fucking hammy Mortal Kombat 90s theme was fucking on point.
It was.
I was like I was like sort of into it, but then I could tell shit was starting to kick off because you could start hearing the dun 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 dun. I was like, but like on an orchestral score. I was disappointed nobody yelled Mortal Kombat.
Same.
Somebody yelled "Finish them."
Yeah, I heard that, but
we got Get Over Here.
I was really hoping somebody would yell Mortal Kombat.
Yeah,
but you can clearly tell, and like there's been, you know, the actor that played Sub-Zero has said that he had
4 movies,
signed a contract for 4 fucking movies. I don't know if they can pull 4 off, but I know they could definitely pull off another one, and probably another one after that if they pull it right. Because if they just keep this kind of fun atmosphere of like tournaments, and they kind of build the Mortal Kombat cast out a little bit more with every movie, it'd keep people interested. You know, like the tease of Johnny Cage at the end was.
Who's gonna play Johnny Cage?
I have no idea, dude.
John Cena. It's actually perfect, right? Come on.
Except I can't see John Cena doing any sort of martial arts sequences, really. Like,
he can learn.
He can learn.
He's a wrestler. He's a wrestler. Who's better though? I feel like you could Johnny Cage and like the physique, the look.
They just need to go back in time a little bit and pluck Jean-Claude Van Damme out of the 90s.
Okay, that would work too.
And bring him back up here. I don't know. That would be interesting to see.
Who knows? I'm excited to see though. I want to talk about next week. If it's a light news week, we'll have to talk about how much money these movies are making that are releasing on streaming.
Yeah, I haven't looked into it much, but I am interested.
I looked into it, and it's going to be a very interesting conversation for us to have for another day.
Fair enough. Well, in terms of this week's consumption, you got any other tidbits or advice or things for people to check out?
Yeah, I didn't watch much. I downloaded Red Dead 2, though, so I'm going to play that for the first time. We'll talk about that next week, probably.
I've never played it, but I've watched plenty of Jablinski games.
Oh my God.
On YouTube.
Incredible.
So,
the man himself.
Jack Black's a living legend. Okay. But yeah, no, I mean, like I said,